Deep in the deserts of Nevada,
I've seen it all over.
the ancient hills hide riches.
Fire in the hole!
It's not silver, it's not gold. It's a more exotic treasure, turquoise. The mesmerizing stone, formed over millions of years,
We hit the motherload.
waits in secret mines for discovery.
Man, check this out.
One family lays it all on the line,
Come on, Tom.
risking everything,
Get out!
I don't want to lose her brother.
hunting the riches,
We're hitting, boys!
because they've got the fever.
3, 2, 1.
Turquoise fever.
Woohoo!
The glitz and glamour of Las Vegas. It's a couple hundred miles, but light years apart from where real fortunes are won. This is a rugged town of hard workers, Tonopah. It's turquoise country, and for generations, mining the precious stone has been dominated by one family, the Ottesons. The boss is Donna Otteson.
When you marry into the Otteson clan, you're drawn into the family business. That generally means you're going to be working as a miner for one of us.
Donna controls a turquoise empire that was first built by her late husband's father, Lynn Otteson. It was 1959 when he moved the family from Colorado to Nevada in search of the exotic rock. Today, Donna controls 65 claims with 43 mines, which are run by different family members. One mine is Royston, led by Donna's brother-in-law, Danny Otteson, and his sons, Tristan and Lane.
It's top dollar by the pound. Everybody wants it. They'll be fighting over it.
Royston is best known for single stones of turquoise that contain a rare fade from blue to green with a rich gold-tinted spider webbing called matrix. 70 miles to the southwest of Royston Mine are the Widowmaker and Apache mines, run by Donna's nephews, Tony and Trent Otteson, and their brother-in-law, TJ. The Widowmaker mine is known for its exclusive deep blue turquoise that's harder to find, but brings in more cash per carat. The Widowmaker and Apache mines are too far from Tonopah to commute.
We're desolate. We don't see people. I mean, we don't see anybody out here. We're 70 miles from a hospital. Any help? No phone service whatsoever here. Nothing.
Tony, Trent, and their families set up shop at base camp where they'll live and work for months.
It's called Widowmaker for a reason. Backing up hills, making sure you don't flip over. And it's 1,000 feet off this side. It's still jaw-dropping.
The Otteson turquoise is sold to jewelers all across the U.S., but one of their best clients is from Japan. Yasu Tomokodera, or Yasu, is one of the most influential designers and makers of turquoise jewelry in all of Asia.
Japanese people really feel romantic for the turquoise.
Yasu's work can influence Asian market trends. He comes to the Otteson's mine every few years to purchase the highest grades of green and blue turquoise.
Yasu is a really hands-on type of guy, and he likes to actually come out to the mines.
If Yasu likes the quality, he'll open his wallet and buy it all. That can be a $200,000 payday.
They know what I want, always promising to sell the best stuff. Really beautiful.
For the Ottesons to keep Yasu coming back, they must deliver.
I need to let the guys have a heads up. He's going to be looking for high-grade turquoise.
You're a little worried. You know, you can make promises to people. The Donna in town that we're going to be able to hit this, and we tell her it's here. And we've got thousands of dollars of equipment out here. People, help, all kinds of stuff. Man, if you don't come through, you sure look like an idiot.
Last thing we want to do is have someone like Yasu come into town and not have material available, and especially the quality that he's looking for.
This is it. This is our money shot right here. This is to fill some buckets. If there's turquoise where I think it is, you know, I don't want to destroy it. So I'm going to shoot those sides a little bit light there.
Using dynamite sticks and powdered ANFO, ammonium nitrate fuel oil, Tony and his team plan on blowing up or shooting the side of a hill to expose a turquoise vein. The trick is to blast the hill, but not destroy the turquoise.
Fire in the hole!
Fire in the hole!
3, 2, 1. Get in, get in.
Get in, get in, get in.
Nice!
Back in the town of Tonopah, Donna's brother-in-law Danny Otteson and his sons Lane and Tristan begin their day of mining.
It's important that we do good. I just don't want to mess this up. I want Yasu to be happy.
We need to make up for how little we got yesterday.
Yeah, we do, because our backs are against the wall, way behind, everything's broke down.
Yeah.
Unlike Tony at the Widowmaker mine, the Royston mine is close enough to their house where they make the 45-minute drive every day.
A lot of kids want to do different things nowadays, and my boys want to mine turquoise, and so I'm showing them. Okay, so here's the game plan, guys. I'll make the dynamite up, bring it down, and load the holes.
This is the most exciting, most fun, and the craziest job you could ever have.
I'm gonna have you guys go down to the roads, make sure nobody's coming up, make sure it's clear, and then we'll shoot.
This is exactly why I'm not in college right now. It's like digging, and all of a sudden you just see big stacks of money just flopping out everywhere.
With the pressure on to fill Yasu's demand, there's no time to waste. First, they'll have to fire up the generator, move the drill with their excavator, and place it where the holes for the dynamite need to be bored.
You need some more chain?
The job is slowed by the drill's broken track. Until it's repaired, Danny has to haul it into place with the excavator.
That's good.
Danny and his boys will drill precise holes for the dynamite. Exploding dynamite into the rock is a science by instinct that takes many years to perfect. If you're too far from a turquoise vein, you'll have to do it all over again. Too close, and you might destroy the precious gem. When the mountain is blown, they'll carefully dig through the rubble, looking for the turquoise that will be cut and polished into glistening single stones called cabochons. The varied colors, shapes, and sizes are what jewelers want to turn into works of art you can wear. Turquoise is formed over millions of years when water seeps through rock containing copper, aluminum, and other materials. The water gains color and eventually hardens. The bluer the color, the more copper is present. The greener the color, the more iron.
Lane, can you see everything from where you are now?
Okay, everything's all good.
How about you, Tristan?
All clear.
Okay, I'm gonna light the holes. Okay, first one's lit. Now I'm lighting the second one now. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole, fire in the hole. You guys copy?
For safety, the fuses take 4 minutes to reach the holes, and each blast is staggered a few seconds to ensure a clear visual on each explosion.
That was a harder shot of the two. Oh yeah, I don't see much turquoise. Man, this depends. Everything depends on this, you guys. We got to get a lot of turquoise out of here. And I don't see anything much good that we can use.
When I'm mining and we're not hitting that much, I kind of get a dead pit in my stomach, like, oh, we're just wasting time out here. We need to move to a new spot.
With Yazoo due in Tonopah to purchase Otteson turquoise, coming up empty is not an option for Danny and the boys.
Yeah, I don't see much. Some thin stuff.
Yeah, it's just paint.
I feel like my dad just taking these huge orders all the time. It really stresses him out, and it puts a lot of pressure on me and Lane.
Donna is counting on a big payday.
Yasu likes the turquoise. He wants it, and we just got to get it for him. You got to go 100%.
Are you ready to admit I'm right yet?
No.
Hey, Danny, how are you doing?
It's Yasu. He showed up at the mine.
Stop! Get out!
I don't want to lose her brother.
The neon lights of Las Vegas point the way to riches lost and found. But in the deserts to the north
Fire in the hole!
hides another kind of treasure, turquoise. The Otteson clan is led by matriarch and third-generation miner Donna Otteson. The Otteson empire began when Lynn moved his family from Colorado to Nevada in 1959 in search of turquoise. For 60 years, the family has grown along with the number of Otteson claims. Old Lynn passed them down to his 3 sons, Danny, Tony's dad Tommy, and Donna's late husband, Dean. With one of the Otteson's best clients, Japanese jeweler Yasu Kodera, in town searching for the highest grade turquoise, Donna is driving the Otteson family to deliver. But the miners are miles away and out of cell phone range, and all Donna can do is wait.
3, 2, 1. That hit hard!
Donna's nephews Tony and Trent Otteson work the Widowmaker mine.
Oh, this is the extension of that same seam.
Yeah.
Look at that dark blue right there.
They're blasting and searching for a new vein of turquoise, which will make Yazoo empty his wallet.
Our main goal of getting down to the turquoise is first we have to just guesstimate where it's going to be, trying to read the minerals.
But with such limited time to come up with the goods, Trent does not agree with his brother's plan.
It's pretty obvious that it's heading straight down. This is what we call a feeder vein, and generally we follow these little cracks, how they all come together down in there, and they're carrying turquoise. Even though it didn't form and set up here, it's carrying it down. Where this stuff comes underneath this hard rock, and it gets down into the clay pockets down in there, this stuff will form into nodules. And when it hits those nodules, that's where we get our killer spider web. We really got to dig this down. It's kind of a gamble.
I just don't want to come back in here at the excavator, spend the second half of our day digging down to find a bunch more stuff that we can't cut. We come up here with a lot of expectations to get some turquoise out.
Let's dig it out first. Let's see, man. There's still a chance here.
This is a day and a half we've wasted up here on the top of this hill.
Good. The thing is, though, it's good stuff.
I really feel good about that pit down there.
Oh,
I know it's going to be putting a bunch of money and time back into it, but I think, I think I trusted you, and now I think you need to trust me. I think we can really make some money down there, and I think that's where it's at. That's going to be our next.
Let's do it then. Let's just commit. Let's just go.
I'm not going to say I consider myself right. I just think the odds have changed from 50-50 up to about 90-10.
I know it's here. I know it's here, but Trent's got an idea. I think we go with it.
With no word on their progress, Donna is trying to reach anyone who might be in cell phone range.
Hey, it's Aunt Donna. Just giving you a call. I'm sure you guys are up on the hill. Just if you can, give me a call. Just kind of want to know how you guys are doing out there. Okay, give me a call when you get a chance. Talk to you later. Bye. The last thing I want to do is have Yasu show up and have, everybody messing around and not be down to business, getting turquoise out.
Tristan, what are you doing? Well, heck, you just got to break the rock. We don't have time to be sitting down. Give him a sledgehammer and, let him work it over. And I've showed him how to hit it.
Well, you gave me the biggest rock you could probably find for me to break.
Well, if you can't break it, you got to come and tell me. Don't just sit down.
We did find one big boulder that's just full of thick turquoise veins, but there's no real easy way to break it. Now I'm stuck smashing this rock for hours. I was picking up the turquoise, I already broke out of it.
Don't sit down. You got to go 100%. That's the only way this is going to work.
Oh, we need a bigger sledgehammer.
I'll get you a bigger sledgehammer then. Work my butt off. I worked harder than Tristan anyway. Because you got to finish up this turquoise. You got to get everything we got right here so we can fill the order.
Okay.
Even with Tony's, I don't know how much turquoise they're going to have. We got to have plenty. Yasu likes the turquoise. He wants it. We just got to get it for him, okay?
Okay.
He's been a good customer. I realize these boulders are big, but they got to be broke. Trying to keep everybody going is a lot of pressure. All right? Okay.
Good deal.
All right.
Yeah, I am the human jackhammer.
Back at the Widowmaker mine, Trent has convinced his brother Tony to dig at another site. Needing to fill Yazu's order and starting from scratch at another pit sets them far behind schedule.
So we decided to move down to this other pit. Trenton's dead certain that there's turquoise in here.
Tony, come down here. Hitting blue all over the place. Just right at this depth, we were going through some orange clay, and we just hit a bunch of blue nuggets. You can see them blasted out right here. That's a good sign right there, boys. Are you ready to admit I'm right yet?
No. I know it sucks, but honestly, I wouldn't shoot here. No matter how light I put it in there, anything in the length of that hole is going to get ruined. It's got to be shot a lot different. The ground's, it's just different kind of ground.
So then we probably need to put a hole there at your knee and one back here.
We don't want a shockwave carrying through that rock. If there is turquoise there, it would destroy it. This is gonna be a real light shot. Coming in, we're gonna try to cradle. Shoot them pretty light, we should just get a little thump. Boom, it'll loosen the ground. TJ can get in there and dig that out.
I got a good feeling.
All right, I'm out of here. I'll go throw some dynamite.
Tony and his team concentrate on mining the highest grade turquoise. The best Widowmaker stone can fetch $80 to $100 a carat. With almost 2,300 carats to a pound, a mistake while setting off the dynamite can literally cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Fire in the hole!
Bam!
Ooh!
Perfect. Let's go pick up the buckets.
Get it!
Pick up the nuggets.
At the Royston mine, Danny, Tristan, and Lane's luck seems to be changing.
You hitting some good stuff? Yeah, it's real good back in here. Oh man, that's a big one. That's $50 a carat Royston right there. Yeah, Yasu loves that stuff right there. Good deal. I'm sitting in the bottom of the pit, we're digging down there, and all of a sudden I hear somebody yell my name.
Hey, Danny. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Keeping his reputation of being hands-on and unpredictable,
It's Yasu. He'd showed up at the mine and found a hard hat. He even grabbed the hammer from me and dug out a little bit of turquoise.
Yazu's here to check on progress. He's one of the Ottison's most valued
Great matrix.
and knowledgeable customers.
This is really good.
Yeah, I think we're gonna send you home with plenty of turquoise. I think you'll be happy.
That's great. And I want to talk to you something, can you come up?
Oh, yeah, you bet. When Yasu asked me to come up out of there and talk to me privately, I wasn't sure where he was going with that. You do like the turquoise, Yin?
Yes, of course. But, I'm doing new business now and expanding. In order to wear like high-end clothing, blue is too strong for some people. I need white buffalo.
White Buffalo, a gem that's only been found on the Ottison's claims.
Oh, white buffalo.
So
Yeah, we haven't even mined white buffalo for like 8 years. There wasn't much left where we were digging. Okay, we pretty much are gonna have your turquoise order filled, I believe, but the whites would be a little bit harder, but you're gonna be here a week,
yes.
you'll have your white buffalo. Oh man, look at that. You hitting some good stuff?
One of the Ottison's most important buyers of turquoise,
Hey, Danny.
Yasu,
How are you doing?
has arrived from Japan.
How you doing?
But along with the high-grade Royston and Widowmaker turquoise he usually purchases, Yasu is also after a very different rock.
When Yasu asked me to come up out of there and talk to me privately, I wasn't sure where he was going with that.
I'm doing new business now and expanding. In order to wear like high-end clothing, blue is too strong for some people. I need white buffalo. We try to get the new stuff. I'm making something like that, white buffalo and turquoise.
And then when he asked for white buffalo, I'm thinking, heck, we haven't even mined white buffalo for like 8 years.
There's a kind of turquoise called sacred buffalo. It's mostly white, but tinted blue or green. White buffalo is the mineral dolomite. Not turquoise, but its brilliant white sheen is highly prized. It's been found only on the Ottison's claims, where Donna's father-in-law, Lynn, discovered and named it.
You're gonna be here for
A week.
Okay.
So
There wasn't much left where we were digging, so we gotta find some more. Okay, we pretty much are gonna have your turquoise order filled, I believe, but the whites would be a little bit harder, but you're gonna be here a week,
yes,
you'll have your white buffalo.
thank you so much.
You bet, thank you. Good guy, that's Yasu.
Danny, he didn't make it sound like it was any big deal at all for us to come up with this material. For Yasu to want white buffalo is a huge thing for us.
The Ottisons haven't mined white buffalo in
Drive
years.
safe, all right.
Time for a crisis meeting. Danny from the Royston mine hits the road,
Let's do it. Let's go.
and Tony and Trent leave Widowmaker. They all need a plan.
Tony and Trent, I think they're going to be really shocked that he's wanting white buffalo.
Hey,
Hey!
When Donna and Danny call us out for a family meeting, I'm like, oh, crap, what are we in trouble for? We're just younger. We do things a little more by the seat of our pants. You call us in here, we're in trouble for something. I'm just not sure what yet.
Actually, we gotta talk to you about something. We're at the mine and Yasu shows up. comes down in the pit. He says, hey, I need to talk to you up top for a minute. So I followed him up there, and he says, I need some white buffalo.
White?
White buffalo. Can you believe that?
What? Are you kidding me? White buffalo? This is not what he buys from us. Are you serious?
But we don't have any. That's the problem.
Yep. And we need to get it like yesterday.
Well, he's only
So
here a week.
There's a real time constraint here.
That's all the time we have.
Yeah, that's our commitment then, is
Yes.
we've got basically a week.
We're trying to come up with this turquoise order, and now we've been thrown this curveball, you know, of the white buffalo.
We're nervous. Every single one of us are going, oh, now what? Now what are we gonna do?
And I think that whatever we give him, it sounds like that maybe he's gonna want more.
First, right now, is finding the white buffalo with the quality that he needs in a short time frame. It sounds like an impossible task.
We don't have much time.
And that's why we got with you guys, we've got to come up with a deposit, you know,
Right.
to get him what he needs on this trip.
The plan right now is split up. We'll start hunting right now. Hunt, 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 hunt. This is a rat race to the best stuff.
While Tristan and Lane stay at the Royston mine
No, no, no!
and continue to fill Yasu's turquoise order,
You're digging up the turquoise!
Here's Tonopah.
Danny and Donna will search for white buffalo at a remote Otteson camp they haven't worked in years.
We'll go out north of town about 30 miles, but
Going in there, you know, with this rain and stuff too, we're gonna have some washed out. How rough is it in there?
well, there's no roads in there. So if we can't get in there, we need to get horses. I think we can go in there horseback.
80 miles away at Widowmaker Base Camp,
I guess the important thing is that, you know, if you can get over this hill.
Tony and Trent are cooking up a bold plan to track down the elusive white buffalo.
You just get up over that crest, you know, that'll save us. That's 4 miles of rough road driving we have to
And
go.
we'd have to go all the way down to the highway and back around, so this would be nice.
The idea is to have their brother-in-law TJ move the excavator over the hill and closer to where they reckon there's white buffalo waiting to be found.
You gonna head up in this?
Yep, I'll bring this up where the road turns hard left, and we'll go up the washways.
Yeah, let's go straight up. We're looking for any sign that that mineral's there that we're after. There's no guarantee at all. We can get up in there, we can find out we just wasted half our time. It's a big deal for us. It's a little scary, a little nerve-wracking, but we're hoping we're gonna find what we're after.
Almost 40 miles to the north of Tonopah, Donna and Danny are prospecting some of the 7 claims the Ottisons own in the area.
This is not the right kind of ground. It's not the right white.
They haven't been mined in almost a decade, but with the pressure to fill Yasu's order, they return to where they first discovered white buffalo.
Too holy.
Well, you know, we might try going up around this foothill here, and there might be something a little bit better
Can you
there.
hold this one for a second? We'll go on up, keep looking.
Back at the Royston mine, Lane and Tristan keep working to fill Yasu's high-grade turquoise order.
No! You're digging up the turquoise! You went too far this way. It just died. It died? It died.
I mean, I guess Dad didn't even look at the gauge yesterday.
No, he never told us to bring gas. You dug where I told you not to.
No, it's
I
hard to
hadn't
see
gone
up
through
there.
that dirt yet. Did you see the piece that I showed you that come out of that dirt that you just dug? We're gonna go into town. We're gonna get the diesel all set up, get a primer. We're gonna have to come back out here and just mine tonight.
Okay.
At the Widowmaker mine, Tony and Trent are taking a big risk, heading deeper into the desert on a hunch there's white buffalo ahead. Their brother-in-law TJ moves the excavator over the hill and closer to the dig zone.
Get out! Stop! Don't move!
The Otteson family splits up to search for the elusive precious stone white buffalo.
I like to look at this.
Trying to fill one of their most important orders of the year, brothers Tony and Trent Otteson head to a treacherous part of the Widowmaker mine, while their brother-in-law TJ navigates the excavator over the ridge into position.
Okay, stop.
What happened? Get out! Stop!
Hey, TJ, what happened?
We gotta go up
touch
there.
anything. Hey.
Get it on, let's get on four wheel. We gotta go up that back road.
It's about to go over.
Be careful. Grab your hard hat. Hey, come on up out of here.
Dude, I don't know what happened. I just started sliding, and then I heard a pop, and dang, you all right? I gotta sit down. I was up there digging, and I heard some noise, and I felt like I was losing my track. Next thing you know, it passes me up, going down the hill.
It just popped off? Right.
Yeah, just came off.
We
Pop.
saw that.
I heard a pop, and the other track broke in half, and I just went sliding. I'm shocked that I'm even here right now standing. That excavator started sliding. I just thought I was done. I knew I was gonna wind up underneath it somehow.
Hey, you're alive.
That's what's
That's all that
important.
matters. It's pretty scary. I don't want to lose her brother, you know.
I tried grabbing everything I could, and
Dude, you were
I just
going
couldn't
over.
stop.
We're all family out here, and we're not making cotton candy. This is dangerous.
Just leave it. Stay away from it. I don't know how this happened. It's mind-boggling to me that we could be in this situation right now. Oh, man, I was freaking scared.
All right, don't even worry about it. I just want to get everybody safe right now and get off this hill.
With their excavator out of gas and Turquoise mining at a standstill,
Okay, try it.
Lane and Tristan hustle to get their operation back up and running
Ready to rock and roll.
in time to complete their Turquoise order.
You gotta be kidding me. See, I can't get the cap off of the fuel tank.
Why not?
It's too tight.
I'll get it off. This is why you always have a hammer. Always. You get it? I got it. Oh.
Nice and toasty in here.
In the Black Hills, Donna and Danny are hunting clues. Somewhere on these old abandoned claims, past members of the family found high-quality deposits of the mineral dolomite. The white streaks are low grade, but they hint the motherload might be near. But where? They've got to find the hardest samples, which can be polished into the rare gem, white buffalo.
Anything better over there?
Yeah, it's better, but I don't think it's quite what we need. It's still a little bit holy. Pretty close, a little bit crystal-y.
Yeah.
When the white buffalo is too holy, it just falls apart. It crumbles in your hand. We want straight, solid, high-grade white. I mean, that's what's gonna make this sell. Just not enough for us.
Yeah. We want those big, thick, heavy veins of good quality material because we can cut so much out of them.
Where there's more Black Hills, we'll have more to look at, and
Okay.
hopefully we'll find the good stuff. So.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
maybe on the other side of these hills over here.
Okay, let's roll right up through there. Sounds good.
Okay.
We can't have holy, we can't have different colored white. We gotta have top of the line, white buffalo. I mean, the best there is. Ah, hey, look at this up here.
Woo, look at all the black in those hills.
Oh yeah, Zach, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see over these hills back in here. When we headed up this way, I was crossing washes and looking for white. And then Donna and I went up on this hill and we were looking around and I seen where the Black Hills had a wash come right out of them.
Well, I think that we have a good chance of finding something back
I
here.
do too, because this is the wash that came down all the way down to the bottom.
Yep, this is
Where we
probably
parked,
it
that's where I
washed
found
out.
that
Yep.
high-grade piece, so.
Let's go get it.
Okay, we're gonna keep going up, and I'm confident we're gonna find some up there.
Let's get some turquoise.
Back at the Royston mine, the desert breeze is rising, and the wind is not the miner's friend.
That blew right off my head. It's hard to breathe.
This is probably the worst possible weather we could have for mining. We're in a super awesome spot right now. We have a big lead of turquoise running, and it's coming in nuggets, it's coming in slabs. It's perfect to fill our order. And if the wind gets too crazy gusting, you can't mine.
This is a tough day.
With TJ wiping out that excavator.
Get out!
He could have died today. We were actually gonna get ahead. It's like now we just wrote a check for another excavator.
You know, I don't know. It's just driving me crazy. I gotta stop thinking about it.
You just keep going.
Yeah.
It's easy to fold up and shut the door and turn the lights out, man, but like, we just gotta keep our spirits up. Everybody's just gotta keep on keeping on. Let's regroup. Head back out.
Oh, it's huge!
That's 1.5 foot thick.
That's solid, man. That's gonna make us famous. Yes!
Doing that more than one.
Oh, solid wire right there.
With the excavator crashed and smashed, Tony and Trent are fixing to dig by hand in a remote area where they found white buffalo stone a decade ago. The brothers need to find hard stone, and lots of it, because their client, Japanese jeweler Yasu, wants something new for the Asian market, and white buffalo could become one of the Ottison's biggest cash cows. Their challenge is to find it and mine it in time to present to Yasu before he heads back to Japan.
How's it going? Anything down there?
I finally found a big chunk, but it's just full of powder inside.
That's just crumbling in your hand?
Yeah.
Dang. This is the first place we came to. This is the white that we seen, you know, in a seam cutting across this ridge. But you see, it's all pitted. I don't like that.
You couldn't cut this. This is just
It's junk.
junk, man.
That's not gonna cut it right now. You know, not what's on the surface anyway.
We're looking for
Everything
nothing.
I've got's small.
It's just like flour on the inside, these big holes. Let's move on to the next spot, man. We're out of time.
40 miles north of Tonopah, the Otteson matriarch Donna and her brother-in-law Danny
We'll walk up in there from here.
search some of their rarely mined claims, also looking for high-grade white buffalo.
Yeah, see this here? That's really good. See, that's real good on the end.
Yeah.
Real good. First thing we find is a real high-grade piece. That's what Yasu wants. I think we're at the right place.
I see one piece up there
Yeah, I
with
do
a
too.
bunch of white. Let's
Okay.
go check that out.
Their hope is to find enough white buffalo to complete Yasu's order
I'm gonna go this way, you come up that way.
Yeah.
and reopen the white buffalo market.
We were pretty heavy in the white buffalo for years, and we've got away from that. The deposits were getting a little bit harder to find.
I got a little bit here, Donna, but it ain't that big, but it's nice.
We started picking up signs of the white buffalo, so we'll follow it up kind of into hopefully where we think it's gonna come out at.
Yeah, this is the best over here, Donna.
Is there?
Yeah, a little bit of black matrix in it and just solid, hard white. It's all looking higher grade to every little bit further I go. Yeah, I tell you, I find a bunch over here. Look at that. That's high grade.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's real good stuff there.
Heck
Really good.
yeah.
That's exactly what he wants. And that probably weighs a quarter pound by itself. We rode a long ways in here to find it, but we know how to get in there now. You can go right up the wash. Piece of cake. I knew we could do it.
We could do it.
The desert's night sky does not stop turquoise miners on a deadline. Lane and Tristan are pushing through.
Get some turquoise, boy.
Night mining is even more dangerous.
The anticipation is killing me.
But with Yasu's turquoise order a long way from being filled, the young brothers are expected to deliver.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
It's a little bit harder to see the turquoise at night.
Oh, I came down, hit me in the tailbone. Be careful. Oh, yeah, Lane. Oh, I found where, oh my gosh, Lane, look at that one staring at us.
Oh,
Good.
look at that. Okay, looks like it's gonna be a good night after all. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. We left with 3 buckets tonight, and I think my dad's gonna be real happy about it.
Daybreak in the high desert, and Tony and Trent's White Buffalo mission is still not bearing stone.
Today we're gonna get up in these hills and try to find that stuff that we're after.
The side-by-side four-wheeler is the fastest way to cover rough ground, a zone they've never searched before.
All right, stop, 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 stop.
Oh, it's the end of the road right here. Check that white rock right there. What's that?
That's quartz. No.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's white.
It's got...
Oh, it's solid. My
Oh,
tongue
good.
a little bit. Not quite usable,
Not
but
quite the quality, but
no.
hey, it's got a good sign. We cannot afford to strike out again.
We're gonna go ahead and continue on up the canyon, hike up, check both sides, just work our way up this hillside, see what we find this way.
Hey, Tone, up here, we got white coming off the hill.
Just like Donna and Danny in the Black Hills,
Look at that one.
Tony and Trent search higher up the mountain's wash.
As we get up this canyon, we start seeing bigger chunks, bigger chunks. Oh, yeah, solid.
That's pretty friggin' sweet.
That's nice stuff.
Licking the rock tells them if it has the hardness they're looking for and how it might look when it's polished.
There's cuttable pieces, you know, this thick. So, hey, you seen what I'm seeing? Look at that rock right there.
Oh, yeah.
The shadowed one.
That looks nice. And the closer I get, I can see this as a solid nugget. You kidding me? Oh, it's huge. Get up here, man. Check this out. Size of a basketball. I didn't even think about the excavator. I'm thinking Yasu's got his stuff right here. Woo! Oh my God.
Is that a whole nugget? That's a 1.5 foot thick.
That's solid, man. That's the motherload. That's gonna make us famous.
That's bigger than we've ever found in our whole family in 25 or 30 years of going after white buffalo.
Oh.
A foot wide, the highest grade white buffalo that we've ever found. It's just the web. That tells you that it's a water forming mineral. See, so the rocks, the water's percolating down through all that and it's pulling all the dolomite that it needs to. And then as it dries up, it dries into these crystals and starts forming these shapes here. This is the stuff that Yasu will drop. Everything out of his wallet will come out on the table for this.
Get everything moved off the top and just start following it back until we find the natural breaks.
This will be the largest in the world ever found, ever.
This thing could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, so we don't want to mess it up. Let's take our time, do it right. I hope it's too heavy to carry out.
All right, I'm gonna go to the rope. What's the best white buffalo you have?
Wandering in unmined land, Tony and Trent finally see what they seek.
Oh, it's huge. Get up here, man. Check this out. Size of a basketball.
It's a chunk of white buffalo they thought they'd never see. So big, they've got to call the cavalry. The Ottisons. Danny's here with his sons Lane and Tristan. TJ headed over from the Widowmaker base camp with Tony's wife Emily. And even Tony and Trent's dad Tommy leaves the cutting saw to come help.
There we go, let's go.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa! Keep going.
Yeah.
Right here is good.
That big old nugget.
Holy smoke. That's awesome, Trent. Man, that's as good as I've ever seen, man.
Thing was huge, huge, huge. Look at the web in that thing. You're not gonna run into that anywhere else. It's millions of years old, for sure.
That's a huge piece of white buffalo. That's so freaking awesome. I mean, it's giant. I mean, it's 150 pounds.
Oh, I get on the end of the hammer there. You know, Danny and Trent got it loosened pretty good in there, and Tristan got up in there and started getting down on it. And I finally get up in the top there. They've got some cracks working, and I see this thing sliding out, you know, just gently sliding out of there, and I'm looking for fractures. I'm scared to death that there's a fracture going in there.
Look at that. Oh, it's solid white right there.
There's just no words for it. I'm just staring at this like, this did not just happen. We got it. That's exactly what we thought it was.
Yeah.
Here, leave it at your house and call it mine?
Let me get it.
Oh, come on, Tom.
Top! Oh! Well, that's the end of that. Just go nice and easy. All right, I'm gonna go to the rope.
The White Buffalo boulder is safely down the mountain. And just in time, now the race is on to get it all cut and polished into high-value cabochons. If the Ottisons miss their chance to present the haul to Yazoo, the door on a new and lucrative white buffalo market could slam shut.
Yasu's here, he's leaving tomorrow, so let's cut all of this stuff.
think these are all about the same grade, this little group here. Okay, we'll do those the same price.
As promised,
Hey, Yasu!
Yazoo returns to Tonopah with cash in hand and high expectations.
You kind of surprised us because we weren't thinking that you were going to want any white.
My business is expanding now, and I sell lots of jewelry in a very high-end department store and a clothing store. So, you know, in order to sell those jewelry to them, the turquoise might be too blue for them.
Sure.
So they can wear this every day.
We really worked hard to get it for you.
We took both groups, splitting up and putting teams together.
We
but
did.
Hopefully got what you're after. All right, let me show you what we have, buddy. And I go to pull it back, my heart's just beating because I'm watching his face. I'm seeing expression in his eyes. Here we go, my friend. What do you think?
Eye candy. Nice, nice.
This is from Widowmaker.
Best matrix. Nice stuff.
He saw the blue, he saw the dark blue, the web.
This really looks good. Okay, so what's the best white buffalo you have?
Here's how this.
Well, and this is just a small tray that we got cut.
Nice, nice. This is really good. Shape is really good. Super.
Good.
Rarest.
The best of the best right there.
This is my collection.
There you go.
I can't sell that. Too good to sell. I liked what they have, and especially the white buffalo they brought me is a really clean, white. That's what I'm looking for. I'll buy a whole tray.
He loved it. He took the whole tray.
He's loving what we have. This is gonna work for what he needs.
This is that true blue-green Royston right there.
It's like jelly.
Yeah.
You know, lines, thin, tight web.
Exactly.
Nice, nice, nice.
With Yazoo buying the entire tray of white buffalo cabochons, Tony pulls out his highest grade turquoise.
This is the Apache Blue.
This is the bluest of the blue Otteson stones, and it's valued at 10 times their other turquoise.
$100 a carat. 302 carats. So around 30,000.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Done.
Awesome.
Done. Didn't even care about the price, just there's some cash.
This is the day the Ottesons have been looking for. They've reopened the international white buffalo market.
He says they're having a resurgence of it in Japan.
They sold their special top grade, Apache Blue Turquoise.
He'll lay out a wad of cash for us when we're all said and done. We'll shake hands, and he'll come back again.
Thank you so much.
And once again proved that the Otteson success is due to one thing and one thing only. Family.